Shalom Mashpacha. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Hamashiach Yahushai, because a lot of new brothers have been hitting me up lately, or brothers that are pretty new to the truth, I should say, have been hitting me up through message, through DM, especially this past week. I was showing my rib the other day. In like an hour and a half, almost 10 brothers hit me up with messages, with questions, and I'm glad to be a part of your journey. And hey, like it says in Daniel 12:10, it says many will be purified and made white and tried in these last days. So it's a beautiful thing to see that happen and to be a part of some of y'all's journeys, past y'all scriptures and things of that nature, right? But one of the most common questions I've been getting is how to deal with temptation, especially now that you're in the truth, right? So this is Sirach 2:1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation." So you have to realize that if you're sincerely trying to serve the Most High and not the enemy, you're going to be tempted by the enemy, right? Because the enemy doesn't have to tempt the ones he knows are working for him already. He's going to tempt the ones that are trying to pull away from him and serve the Most High. So if somebody told you that your life will be perfect and everything will be all good if you follow Christ and follow the Most High, I mean, plain and simple, they lied to you, right? Because if that was the case, then everyone would do it, no problem. Everyone would just follow the Most High and everything would be gravy, right? But no, like Sirach said, that we'll be tempted, and like Daniel said, you'll be tried, right? So it's like in martial arts, for example. If you get tested, it's to see your progress, and at the same time to prove yourself, right? So it's the same with this walk. You're going to be tested. You're going to be tested and tried by the Most High in order to prove yourself. Like Matthew 26:41 says, "Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation, because the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak," right? So inside in our spirit, we do want to follow him, right? Our spirit indeed is willing, meaning it's surely willing, certainly, undoubtedly, our spirit is willing to follow the Most High, but our flesh is weak, right? So how do you fight the flesh? Especially when you're new to this walk, the best thing I can tell you is like Sirach 21:2 says. It says, "Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men." So the best advice I can give you, right? I know a lot of people give the advice, you just got to fight temptation, you got to fight the enemy and all this. But especially when you're new to this walk, the best advice I can give you, or anyone can give you, when it comes to temptation, is to flee from it as if it were a serpent, right? So pretend you walk into your room or into your restroom, right? And you see a big ass rattlesnake. What would you do? You wouldn't even think about it, right? You'd Usain Bolt it right out of there, right? You'd flee from that serpent. So this is what you have to do when you're put in a position to sin, because if not, like it says in Sirach, it will slay your soul. So you have to keep this in mind. I mean, we all know what our biggest struggles are. For example, a brother was telling me that he was struggling with weed, right? So I was telling him, you can't put yourself in a position or in a situation where you know there's going to be weed around them. You know if you hang out with certain people, there's going to be weed there. You know if you go to certain places, the opportunity will present itself to get some, right? So you have to flee from those places. Flee from those people, plain and simple, right? Or else you're just setting yourself up to fail. So if you're struggling with a sexual sin, right? It's the exact same thing. 1 Corinthians 6:18 says, "Flee fornication." It's the same thing. It's telling you to flee. So if that's your struggle, then you need to flee from the situation. You need to flee from the person or people causing you to fall into that temptation. Because trust me, if you put yourself around these people or these situations, the majority of the time it's going to be too late to flee when the opportunity to sin is already right in front of you. So you need to flee from it before, so that you're not even putting yourself in the situation to sin in the first place, right? Because otherwise you're just playing with your soul at that point, man. And you're playing with the serpent that the word says slays the souls of men. So love your soul by fleeing from temptation, fleeing from fornication, fleeing from all types of sin, right? So all praise to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Y'all have a good one. Shalom.